Hello, today is Friday, April 18th. It's Good Friday for a lot of us that commemorate. Um, and I was feeling a lot of energy yesterday, a lot of overwhelm, a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative thoughts. Do you know that we actually talk to ourselves at a rate of 200 to 1,000 words per minute? And sometimes those thoughts can be pretty negative. And yesterday I was struggling with negative thinking. Today I feel like there's a clearing of energy, and I don't know if that's something that I did through meditation. I'm also cleaning, so I don't know if you've noticed, but when you clean rooms, it kind of quiets them and there's this like stillness afterwards. So those are some good ways to get some quiet and stillness in your life. And I know when I can get into that quiet and that stillness, that's when I can hear God. That's when I can hear my higher self, my spirit, which is my connection to God. So I just wanted to start out from that space. And I'm going to do a reading of the energies today with the wisdom of the oracle. And then I might do I don't think I'm going to do that one. I think I'm going to do the regular Light Seers Tarot. But I have this really cool one. I'm just not feeling it for today. It's called the Shadowscapes Companion. I like that one, but it's a little more in depth, and I'm not feeling that energy for today. I'm feeling more of this energy, which is for me a lighter energy. Because I feel like it's clearer and lighter, and I can work with it easier. But everybody kind of, I've heard different things about tarot. I've heard that you can get your own, I've heard that you should use ones that are given to you by other people. I was doing a tarot group for a while. And then I've heard also that, I heard that you should get your first deck from someone else. It should be a gift from someone else. And actually, this was my first deck that I got from my supervisor, who is now my friend. She was my supervisor in marriage and family therapy. And she gave me that deck, and I really like it. But I do think that we need to kind of find our own energy and our own deck that kind of feeds us and helps us to express ourselves. And sometimes that can change too, so depending on where you are in your life. And also I heard that you should have some kind of cloth to do it on, and I found this really cool one. I think actually this might have also been given to me by my friend Denise. And so that's funny, she's coming to see me today. Okay. I'm going to just shuffle through the wisdom of the oracle cards. And today I'm cleaning, so I'm in my bummy cleaning clothes. Okay, let's just kind of tune in and focus. Okay. TikTok, we got. If you look at that. It's like the hands are holding the clock, and there's a, it looks like a hot air balloon to me over it. And numbers all around from the clock that are flying out. And kind of like a desert scene underneath. What does that say to you? Okay, and then I got here and now, being in the present moment. So just kind of look at that. What does that feel like to you? What do you see there? She's sitting on top of an egg, and it says, You are here on top. There's hearts coming out from her, an open door. And in the past, she's between post of the past and the future. That's an interesting one. And then one more, which is community, number 8. And just feel into it. So I see like a straw hut, and there's a face on it, a mama giraffe and a baby giraffe, and it looks like presents and parrots and parrots. That's a warm, there's like warmness there. Okay, and I'm just gonna get a little bit about, we'll do a little bit about the TikTok first, and then we'll get some tarot cards around it. If you're feeling this, like I don't know if you're feeling or noticing this, but there's a lot of stillness in this reading today, and I hope that's coming across to you, and you're feeling that. And maybe even hearing God or your higher spirit in the silence. TikTok, timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now, in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. That's neat because it goes kind of with the next one, which is here and now, being in the present moment. Okay, that's cool. So I'm going to read that one too now. But I just want to say, like, yesterday I was feeling overwhelmed by everything that I had to do. I have a fixer-upper. As part of me getting a divorce, I bought whatever house I could afford in this really crazy market. And it happened to be one that needed a lot of work and help. But I thought, like, it needs a lot of love, just like me. And so I can love this house, and the practice of loving this house will be a practice of loving me, which I think it is, you know, because it's a mess. And it's not gonna be fixed in one day. It's gonna take time, and it's gonna take commitment to it. And some days are gonna feel really bad and really heavy. And other days I'm going to see progress, and it's going to feel great. I'm going to see all the progress, and it's going to look beautiful. But yesterday, all I was seeing was like a mess, and it just looked so overwhelming. So I think that relates to time. Because if we look at everything like it has to happen right away, that can be overwhelming. But if we can let go and just be present in the moment and do what we can in the moment, it just releases us from that heaviness. So here and now, being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today, if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. So today I'm cleaning, and I could look at the mess because everything is really messy here because there's so many projects. And just be overwhelmed, like sometimes I would do, and just be like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get it clean. And that energy is heavy and it weighs you down. But I'm just kind of concentrating on what I, like one thing at a time. And whatever I get through, I get through. What I don't get through, I don't get through. I have friends coming today, but they're friends that love me and know me, and they're friends that aren't going to judge me or the way that my house looks. But I still want it to be clean and nice. And I know that I'm probably not going to get to everything I want to. And I got to be able to let that go, or it's going to steal my peace of mind. Not gonna read the community card yet because I want to get the Light Seers one tarot first underneath it. It probably is directly related, but the TikTok and the Here and Now I feel like are really related. And so I want to stay in that energy a little bit and get some tarot cards around that. So this is the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. And I really like this one because it feels very straightforward to me. It has a shadow side, which I also have studied Jungian therapy. And so it has like a shadow side to the card if you get it upside down. And it has like an affirmation, which I love Louise Hay and affirmations. So I find it has like a really positive take on everything. And I love that. Because I can get very bogged down in the heavy and the negative. And I need a little more uplifting energy. Okay, this one wants to come out. It's the devil. TikTok. Okay, the devil. I'm going to get one for the Here and Now too, because that was the energy that was coming up for me yesterday, the devil. And what I noticed, and this, actually maybe I do want to say something about that now. What I noticed was my own negative cycle, which is related to time. For me, it feels related to time. But I was getting really down on myself because I have so much on my plate and just overwhelmed. And I was also getting down on myself because I was eating bad and I was gaining weight and I wasn't exercising because I was just tired. But I was realizing how this was all a negative cycle. And I was reaching for like those devil things like alcohol, sweets, potato chips, like the really bad like foods and just things that weren't healthy for me, which I'm not judging actually, because we can all enjoy that. And every now and then it's good to enjoy that. And it's okay. And we're still lovable when we do that. But I was recognizing that the more I beat myself up for things, the heavier I was feeling and the more I would reach for those things. And it was not, I was realizing I can break this cycle, because now that I understand it, I'm just hearing some kind of truck out there. Now that I understand it, I can break it. So in those kind of distractions, I'm just noticing that I'm being distracted. Those kind of distractions take us off track. But I think sometimes we can just like take a step back, understand it, love it, appreciate it. That this is part of us, like this is part of our journey. Like we sometimes do get overwhelmed. And sometimes we do want to reach for comfort when we're overwhelmed. And we can just observe that and know that we're struggling and give ourselves a little compassion and love and downtime, rest. That's what I needed yesterday. So breaking that cycle, and then we can start some healthier things. But first we have to like allow it, accept it, and give her some nurturance and some rest. I needed to rest. I've been in a battle. Divorce can be a battle. And we're doing it pretty peacefully. But even that, like I'm going through mediation. And we worked out a plan and the judge keeps rejecting it. And it's like, I don't know the last time it worked in my favor, but I'm just like, I want this to be done. And I don't have control over that. So it can be like frustrating because you want to like fight it and you want to do something, but you don't have any control over it. And so I think that's what I was just realizing. I needed to kind of give myself some love. Because it's felt like a battle. For a long time, it's felt like a battle, and I'm exhausted. And I'm sure there's people out there that can relate to this. I'm sure that I'm sure that some of you can relate. Okay, I'm getting a card for here and now, and it's the 10 of Swords. It came out upside down, so we're gonna read both actually, but I'm gonna show you it upside down, and I'm gonna show you it right side up. So what does that say to you? I'm talking about a battle. So here and now. But there's something really peaceful about this card. I feel some peace in this card. I don't know. Okay. Painful endings, crisis, being stabbed in the back, an opportunity to find deep healing, an opportunity to find hope and resiliency. Yeah, so that fits with what I was just talking about. And then the shadow side, which is, if you get it upside down, resisting the inevitable, not wanting to let go of negative emotions, rock bottom, a narrative rooted in lack and helplessness, devastating loss, recovery. So I have been also like sitting in these feelings and having trouble letting go of these feelings. I think beating myself up is part of the pattern. That keeps you in that energy. So letting go of that and allowing yourself to move up into a lighter energy. But I've been stuck in this, and I think like where I've been stuck is like, I want it to end. I'm doing everything I can do to end it. But here, I keep getting the message back that it's not over yet. This is not done. And so I think what I need to concentrate on is going inside more. And for me, it's done. Just because I can't see it done out there in the world yet, doesn't mean that I won't see it soon. So really concentrating on what I have control over and the experience that I want. Allowing myself to move forward, even if the courts are saying, nope, this isn't done yet. You know, because if I know that it's done, then it's done. And I'm going to see it done out there. So that kind of, I realized that yesterday, that I had to keep moving on with my life and not allow the outside situation to affect my experience inside. Because my experience inside can actually affect the outside. And the positive affirmation for this one is, I am healing every day. And this is all part of the process. Okay, and then we're going to get one for the community card. So you can always be aware of the background noises, because it's really cool to hear what's going on in the background. It's all, I told you, it's all part of the message. So there was like the water flowing, and there was some disruption, and there was my dog coming in and my son coming in and shushing my dog. And that's all part of it. Like, and the washing, the cleaning, the letting the energy go, the water flowing through and cleaning out that energy. It's part of the healing. That's what I'm taking from it, but you may be getting something different. Okay, so this is the card I'm getting for, community, 10 of Pentacles. Do you see that? It is a community card. Isn't that neat? Okay. So we got 10s. We got 10 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. Those are completion cards. We're completing a process. We're completing a cycle. This is it gets darkest before the dawn. So I don't know if you're feeling that. I've been feeling that. I thought it was over. When is it over? Like, when is it, like, the new has already started, but really letting go of this heavy energy. I don't like it. And I get very impatient with it. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles is spiritual and material abundance, community, generosity, wealth and prosperity, building a legacy. Isn't that beautiful? I am successful and I share my wealth with those I love. That's what I was feeling, like this community card is what's coming. Like we have to stay in the here and now to get there. We have to stay in the present to get there. But if we can do that and just to attend to everything that's coming up and recognize that we're healing and letting go of some things and give ourselves grace for that, this new energy, this new community, this new abundance and prosperity is coming in. So I'm just going to leave you with that.